Alrighty. I'll wait a bit to see if anyone comes. I don't think so. Anyone will be coming. Get Alice. Alrighty. There we go. So you guys aren't looking up my nose. So, a few days ago, I had made a GoFundMe page to get help with my IVF, as well as car insurance help. I need help paying a few bills, car insurance, car payment, as well as the home I am living in right now belongs to Matthew, my boyfriend's parents. They do not hold on, rotate device. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to stay this way. I'm messing with stuff. Sorry. Okay. They're wanting to sell their house. We need to get out. I have 2 evictions. The first one was when I lived in North Dakota with my girls' father. He was it 3 weeks before Christmas. He got laid off from his job. He was working in the oil field, North Dakota. That's what everybody went to North Dakota for. And he got laid off from his job. Our rent for our apartment at the time was $1,600 a month. I was working at at that time I didn't have a job. I ended up getting hired on at Shalotchki's that was just built and opened at the beginning of 2015. I was making $10 an hour. Ended up not being able to afford rent on my own with that amount of money. So we ended up getting evicted from our apartment. We ended up coming back to Minnesota. Matthew and I were together in the past. We were engaged. I called off the engagement and left for 4 months. That 4 months, I made humongous decisions in my life that I should have not made. And I decided to move in with a gentleman that pretty much made endless promises and weren't able to keep them. And in May, I moved back, or ended up getting back in touch with Matthew, and we got back together. The gentleman I was living with had put, he was the primary on the apartment we were renting. Refused to take my name off the lease and then I'm assuming found another girl and moved in with her and stopped paying rent. And pretty much ended up giving me a second eviction because he refused to remove my name from the lease. Matthew has 2 felonies, one for fleeing officer on a motor vehicle, and the second one for robbery. He's on parole for that right now. And he has taken care of all of his fines and everything. Once he's done parole, if I understood correctly, that it will be dropped down. They will both be dropped down to misdemeanors. So he will no longer have felonies. So, sorry. Y'all's got some booby shot there. So those of you who have rented apartments or have tried renting through a rental company know and understand that they run a background check. And if the background check comes back that you have a eviction or felony, they will deny rental to you. So, that's making it difficult for Matthew and I to rent a place. Then his parents pretty much trying to have full access into mine and his accounts to take whatever they want and know what we're spending our money on. His mother already has access to his account. He's not okay with that, but he is willing to deal with it now just to keep her satisfied. He and I have 2 girls apiece. So we have a grand total of 4 girls. I would like a boy, and so would he. That's one of the reasons why we're going to try in vitro, due to the fact that I don't have my fallopian tubes. Well, I don't have one, and the other one is tied. And I cannot get a option that I like. So yeah. I had family members who had seen that I had put up a GoFundMe page and are pretty much telling me how pathetic I look for doing that. They didn't say that in exact words, but that's pretty much what they're trying to say. I have been diagnosed with anxiety along with depression. And then recently I've been diagnosed with, or not with, but diagnosed having, not having, but being lactose intolerant. They don't know any of that. They don't know much of what's going on in my life every day because my sister, who's one who wanted to comment about me putting up a GoFundMe she lives in Colorado, and my aunt, she used to live in Texas, but I believe now she is living in Oklahoma. And the other is my ex-stepdaughter, who is half-sisters half sister with my girls. Um, two of those have never been a parent besides to animals. Sorry about that. Being a parent to an animal is totally different than being a parent to a child. Um, they don't know my whole story. They just know what they think they know, and um, don't understand. And it really hurt me. I had tried doing this, I tried doing a recording, and I'm assuming the recording was too long and would not download to YouTube. Hopefully this one will download to YouTube. Um, but yeah, so if you really want to know what your family thinks of you, put a GoFundMe app out there and they will inform you that you're embarrassing and being selfish because you're wanting a child with the man you plan on spending the rest of your life with. Um, that it's not right to be asking complete strangers to help fund things that I should be able to pay on my own. Um, my job, I'm only working 4 days out of a pay period because I am home with my kids. Um, I take them to school in the morning. Matthew has a daughter who lives with us. I get her up in the morning, get her off to school. She takes the bus. I drive my two to Petra. And at 2 o'clock, I go and pick them back up. They're done at 2:30. Get home just in time for Alice to get off the bus. And I end up I don't have family here in Minnesota. I have Matthew, I have my girls, I have my ex and his family. And it's it hurts to know your family can't help you when you're in a hard place because you've had a few financial things go the wrong way or the way you weren't expecting it to go. It's pretty messed up that family just want to judge without being in your life every day and knowing what's going on in your life every day. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to get that out there. It's put me in a bad spot right now. Um, with two of the family members that did it, that had pretty much the two that did say something about me putting a GoFundMe out there. Um, they really hurt me. Not knowing that they did. Now that they do, I hope they understand now where I'm coming from. Um, yeah, but I hope that everybody out there don't have family that are fast to judge without knowing exactly everything that's going on in your life. Um, yeah, it's like I've said, it's hit me really hard. Um, and I really wish that they would know where I'm coming from and not assume that I'm doing this to be selfish. I'm not doing this to be selfish. I am doing this because this is what I want. Um, and it really hurts. Um, and I just don't know what else to say. Um, because it's not right, I guess, to pretty much say this makes me angry because you're asking strangers for help, or that you're wanting to have a child with somebody you really don't even know. Matthew and I have been together, besides the 4 months we were split, approximately 3 years. Um, and he makes me happy. I don't have anxiety attacks. I don't feel down. Well, now I do because, I'm pathetic according to my family. Embarrassing, selfish, because I want a child with a man I plan on spending the rest of my life with. Um, but yeah, I don't know what else to say. Um, but I hope that everyone has a better family. Everyone needs people need family once in a while, and it hurts when they're not there in the same town or state that you're in and want to jump to conclusions and be judgmental right away and not know exactly what is going on in your life. Um, but I, like I've said, I don't know how many times now, I hope that everybody out there has better family members than I do that ask questions before calling names or whatever. Um, I hope you all have a good day. Uh, Stay warm. I know it's last I saw it was 20 degrees outside here in Minnesota with our lovely snow. All right. Have a nice day.